All right, Tony, go first.
Yeah, hey Juwan. 7-point game with about 9.5 minutes left. T-Will's going on that breakaway, and then ball goes away, kind of a 22-4, I think, run the other way. What happened then? You guys responded so many times. What were you guys not able to respond to that time?
Yeah, great question. You know, it was the turnovers. That turnover, and then from there it spiraled into more turnovers. And you know, unfortunately, on the offensive end, you know, those were the opportunities where either we get to the bucket and we try to make a play, whether it's individual play, and that led to a turnover, or we try to make a pass where it did not land in the player's hands, it landed in Ohio State hands, which unfortunately, that's not what we're trying to accomplish there. That led to a basket for them, and overall, just the confidence got higher for, you know, the Ohio State players, and then that crowd got really into it, and then it just feeded life into that group on the floor. So the confidence for us, you know, we're going to continue to keep, you know, driving home as far as, you know, getting to the basics. And what are the basics? You know, surrendering to protecting the basketball and valuing that basketball like no other. Because it's hard to win in this league, especially in this conference when you give up 18 turnovers.
Juwan, with some of these lopsided losses, especially, I guess, what's the key to keep going and getting off the mat and
Yeah. Well, this is a really important week for us because we have no games. We have a lot of practice time where we're going to get into the gym and, you know, work on a lot of those basics that I'm talking about, whether it's creating passing leads, rebounding the basketball, we're keeping guys off the offensive glass, getting to, you know, running our sets where one option breaks down, making sure that we get to the second situation. Do a better job of, you know, containing the dribble. You know, there were times, you know, in the second half where whether it was Roddy who was getting to the paint, or whether it was, you know, Bruce who was getting to the paint, then Bonner, you know, get to the basics of, you know, guarding without fouling.
Coach, to your right.
When you're in a tough stretch like this, and you talk about confidence, how hard is it to keep the confidence going, and what can you do to help them through that?
Well, I'm gonna always continue to keep breathing that positive energy to our group. You know, first it starts with the leadership, and that's me. You know, if I come in with a negative attitude, if I come in with, you know, pointing the fingers or doubting our group, you know, all that's going to do is make things worse. I will continue to keep teaching. That would help, as well as keep feeding life into our group with confidence and positive energy.
Ohio State's bench had 40 points today. What problems did that cause you guys?
Well, I mean, you know, Ohio State been playing some really good basketball as of late, and, you know, it gives credit to the coaching staff with the change. Unfortunately, you lose a great coach, and then one of his assistants step in and, you know, put his imprint on it by keeping also similar system, and it's been working for them. And can't take anything away from them today. You know, I give them credit defensively. They got into us, and that's what caused a lot of those turnovers that I was speaking of. So it just talks about, you know, the level of competitiveness at this time of the year where everyone takes their game and higher. Unfortunately, we didn't do that today for us.
Right here in front, Coach.
Juwan, what was it like preparing for this Ohio State team compared to the one that you saw a month and a half ago?
Well, you know, it's a similar team with a similar system. You know, yes, they have simplified some things from an offensive standpoint, but defensively, still run the same stuff. You know, when you have senior day, that will, of course, ignite you and get you going. When you have a packed house, the way how it was with all the red in the building, that, of course, will ignite you and get you going as well. But, you know, when you talk about, and something that hasn't been said yet, maybe you guys have already stated this, but it's a rivalry game. And a rivalry always gets you going because, you know, when you see a team that you do not, you know, care for too much, you're going to go out there and you're going to give it your best. And that's exactly what we did when they was in our building.
All right, Ty?
Yeah, we got one more about the turnovers. You guys did a pretty good job forcing them as well. I think 16, but they just didn't quite translate to points the same way. Is that just shot making, I guess, or what happened when it didn't quite work the other way?
Well, for us, we really only had one shot opportunity where it was a one pass shot. And, you know, we can't, and we haven't had success when we have those opportunities down the floor on the offensive end where we're not making the defense work, or we're not getting to our second situations, or we're not making plays for others. You know, and our group, you know, their heart's in the right place. You know, at times as a competitor, you feel you have to will it on your own, but it can't happen that way. You got to surrender to, you know, get others. Others, what I mean by making sure that you have others making an impact and putting an imprint on the game. And wherever your imprint is, whether it's doing the little things where the ball is not going in the basket, where you're giving us a loose ball, whether it's setting the screen, or whether it's running into your sets and working on the timing and making sure the timing works, like that's what happens in basketball that results to winning. And we didn't have that this game.
Coach, we have Andrew and then in front, and then you're done.
Juwan, as far as the fundamentals you talked about that you'll work on this week, I mean, why do you think some of those things haven't been, you know, shown by your guys so far?
We got to keep hampering in on those basics, and this is a great week for us to now, you know, now kids can get in the gym, and you know, we have to worry about the schedule of, you know, two-day prep and then back to another game, or 2-day prep and another game. You know, we have now a free week where we can just get in the lab and get better.
Juwan, you've been around this a long time, around the game. What happens when there's a coaching change? What can happen? Just the vibe that changes, maybe?
Well, you know, I've been in a situation where it was on the NBA level where coaching changed. So on the collegiate level, I can't, you know, really quote that one because Steve Fisher was my coach, and in my opinion, a Hall of Fame coach. And so on the NBA level, you know, this is a type of, you know, different style along with a different mindset, and then you're dealing with grown men. Here you have young men, some of them are grown, they're adults, but you know, it's a different level, so I can't really quote them or give you a good answer that you
I
may
was
be
just
looking
wondering
for.
if a different voice can make a difference.
You know, like NBA is different, and you know, it's totally, you know, that's a business. So you know, you get paid to do that. This is totally different now. But I won't go any further with that. You know what I was thinking about.
The relentless nature of going through this league schedule is not easy when things are going well. When you're struggling a little bit, what's it like to go through this league night after night?
Well, I tell you one thing. I tell you, my food doesn't taste the same, and my pillow becomes a lot, you know, harder and rough. You know, when you're winning, you know, everything is just start feeling great. You know, I smile at my wife, and I don't have like that growl on my face. You know, I may have like you know, I'm winning. I'm smiling, you know, every day, and I'm joyful. When you're winning, you know, the food, you know, tastes 5-star level, and the pillow becomes more of like a sleep number pillow or something like that. So that you know, talk to Coach Painter. You know, they just closed out as far as you know, Big Ten championship right now at this moment. I remember that feeling. That was a great feeling when we won it in 2021. Everything felt great.
Good, let's go, Coach.